Viewers at home, I want to welcome you to this special edition of State of Our Nation. Today, we are lucky to have a great personality to talk to us about the state of our nation. My guest today, though I will allow him to introduce himself properly, but the little I've seen here, the little I know about him, we may not conclude this interview if I need to start talking about him. He's a lawyer of repute, the principal partner of Juris Republic. He's a farmer. He's into real estate. Then I want to say he's a journalist. I'm not sure if I want to call him a politician. But then, Dr. Bamidele Ogunjimi, you are welcome to this program.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my host. I'm glad to be here. On my regards to everyone at home and everyone listening to this interview.
May we meet you, sir?
That's it. Well, like he said, my name is George Bamidele Olufemi Ogunjimi. I'm a lawyer. Well, I trained as a journalist as well. And I'm a farmer, and I'm into real estate as well. But I would not call myself a politician because I'm not a politician per se. I would say I'm involved in politics because of the virtue of our agitation for good governance, agitation for better living for our people back home and in diaspora as well.
How long have you been in diaspora?
I have been here for, not to beat around the bush. I've been in the diaspora for about 37 years.
For 37 years?
Yes.
How will you compare the situation in Nigeria, in Africa, with UK?
Well, that's a tricky one. That's a very tricky one. I don't usually compare the situation because we are not at par with each other. And but like I always say to people, Nigeria is really trying on its own. Given the fact that we have had it bad for a long while, and if we want to view it with the energy of our people in comparison to the UK one, I will give kudos and I will give a lot of credit to Nigerian citizens because they are doing very well. I mean, especially the youth, they are exploring and they are doing greatly, both in the country and outside the country. I mean, that's where I say there's no comparison between the two.
Now, given your experience so far, there has been this agitation for, some will say restructuring, some will say Yoruba nation now. May I know where you belong? What will you recommend as a credible solution?
As an African, I will recommend restructuring for Nigeria.
Good.
Yeah. And I believe the reason why many are calling, for dissection of the country, for breakup, for having particles of the nation to each other, like Yoruba nation, is because of lack of good governance. It's because of and because lack of good governance has resulted to massive poverty within the people. And no one will blame the people for calling for Yoruba nation or Biafran nation, because if they are not getting good governance from leaders, they would rather want to go their separate ways. But if I would have my way, I wanted a united nation where restructuring works very well, where the West of Yoruba Circle can decide the fate of the people, and the fate of those who reside in that part. And so also the East, and so the northern part of the country.
Now,
yeah,
your preferred solution is restructuring.
our preferred solution.
Now, some people have been advocating that we go back to 1963 Constitution.
Right.
Some people are talking of 6 regions. Some are saying complete autonomous regions. What's your take?
Yeah, my take is a complete autonomous region, right? Okay. Where every region will decide their fate on their own. Every region will take control of the economy of the region. Every region will take control of even the monetary aspect of their own. But the only thing that we should leave to the center, and it's just some major thing like the military, and which is the defense, and what else again? Yeah, maybe the military, defense, and so on. But when we are talking of the policing, we are talking of the economy, we're talking of education, we're talking of health. That should be the prime concern of each region in the country.
Now, you are a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Not just an ordinary lawyer. You have PhD. Now, what you've just said now, how do you think this can be achieved?
Oh, well. It's always it is said that no freedom is gotten on a platter of gold. We have to talk. We have to agitate. We have to be brutal, and we have to be brutally honest with each other. That what is not working is not working. And that we have to come to the round table, even if we have to do that in as many as possible. We just have to do it. It is possible to do so.
Will you recommend constitutional amendments? Or let me frame it this way. What's your view about 1999 Constitution?
1999 Constitution, we all know that it's rubbish. It's a trash. 1999 was not for the people. It wasn't created by the people. It was 1999 Constitution was created by a clique who wanted power for themselves. And we've seen so many faults within the constitution that is not moving the nation forward. Is not moving the nation forward at all. In fact, my belief that by now we should have tried have tried it in the brain, because it's not moving the nation forward and it's deterring the progress of the country.
Now, as a lawyer, the architects of 1979 Constitution, they are already regretting it. I hope you are aware of that.
Yeah.
Now, some are saying everything that was done, 1999 Constitution, is not supposed to be called a constitution, because a constitution should be ratified by a plebiscite.
Yes.
That is the concept of the consent of the governed. How do you think this can be handled?
Like I said, we have to go to the drawing board again. A new constitution has to emerge. Because 1999 is a reproduce of a 1979 constitution. We have to go to the drawing board again and make sure that a new constitution emerge for the country, so that we can have that will have great impact on the people, because we've seen that a lot has been taken away from the people, from the government. I mean, to those who govern the people, powers taken from the people to the oppressors. We've seen that when we look at the constitution and look at the way they have, even in the way it is being amended now, it is still very faulty. So we just have to go to the drawing board.
Doctor, just a matter of recommendation. How do you think we can get this thing right?
Well, like I said, we have to call for a constitutional conference again. We just have to call for a constitutional conference.
Now, as we are talking now, we are in the heat of real politics. We have APC having Jagaban, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We have PDP having Abubakar Atiku. And we have Labour having Peter Obi. There is Kwakwanso. Let's start from, do you think politics is what can help us now?
There is no other choice than participating in the current politicking in the country. Everyone who is very close to me knows that I have soft spots for Ashwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, because I believe he's the one who can deliver. I believe is the one who has the experience and the wherewithal to deliver the country at the moment. Because if we should exclude ourselves from participating in the political activities going on in the country, we are actually excluding ourselves from the governance. And One of the great leaders of America said that when good people stay away from politics, bad people take over. Yeah, of all the candidates, they're all great candidates. They've had they've done their bits in the country. Atiku has been vice president, but my grounds with Atiku is that you can't come and you can't come and contest for election again now when someone from your constituency, someone from your from your part of the country is just leaving the seats. That's my grudge against him. Peter Obi, well, he's quite good, he's young, but he hasn't got the experience to lead a nation, a country like ours. He hasn't. He don't. I mean, he hasn't got the wherewithal. He has no leadership traits to lead a country like ours. So he has no friends. He has no friends in the. He only has friends in the east. No friends in the west. No friends in the north. Unlike Ashwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Yeah, Kokazo. Yeah, it's the same thing. Kokazo is the same thing as my grounds against Kokazo is the same thing as Atiku, because if President Buhari is leaving the seat as a northerner, why will a northerner come back to the seat again for another 8 years? Even if for 4 years, that's that's injustice for the people, for other regions of the country.
Now, your opinion, sir, is that Bola Ahmed Tinubu can deliver. But earlier you said the only thing that the Constitution that we are practicing now is like a coup against the people.
Right.
So what will you expect Bola to do?
Well, I believe Bola Tinubu will channel his energy at restructuring. I believe we will channel his energy at righting some wrongs in the country. I believe he will want to write his name in gold. I believe because it comes from a part of the country that has been unjustifiably oppressed through misgovernance from the center. He want to do better.
As you believe, as he said that, did he promise that?
Oh well, this is what I believe. So
it's not as if he is promising that. So I want us to premise our belief.
Yeah, what he has promised is good governance.
Okay.
And good governance that's what it's called. It's always saying to people and who matters that is coming to provide good governance.
Okay. Now, the agitators of late, there is so much going on with Ilana. You are a top Yoruba personality in UK, and we know what the diasporans have done, fueling the agitation. What's your take on what's happening with Ilana?
My great respect for Professor Akitoye. Baba is a great leader, Baba is a great nationalist. And my great respect for Professor Wale Adeno, who has taken over from Ilano too. They are our great fathers. They are great leaders, and they are passionate about good governance, about so many things for the Yoruba people, for the Yoruba nation. Yeah, then what is going in Ilana? I mean, I will not see it as a big deal. And that's why I'm not dwelling on it. It's a phase the organization is passing through, and in no time, what I know that even the government of Nigeria will reckon with them and call them to round table with people like Professor Wale Adeniro, a great historian who has taken over from a great leader to Professor Akintoye. This is what I believe so. This is what I believe in.
It's okay. You've heard of Afenifere, I'm sure.
Right.
There is, again, the controversy. Pa Ayo Adebanjo is endorsing Obi. Pa Fashion endorsed Jagaban. How come Yorubas are not able to say, this is where we are going?
Well, historically, we're civilized people. Yorubas are very civilized. And that's why you haven't seen anyone throwing stone at Baba Adebanjo Yoruba land. You haven't seen anyone, threatening to burn down his house. We are very civilized. If Baba decides to support Peter Obi, that is on his personal thoughts that he is doing so. And not as a leader of Afenifere. The records idea that in 2014, when President Jonathan called for national conference, it was in my office in Tottenham in London that we wrote and decided on the way Yoruba nation will present themselves for restructuring. There's so many things that we have put forward from there, and especially from Igbimo Asoju Yoruba, from Afenifere Renewal Group, led by our able father, who is not even engaged in politics, but highly notable, highly a highly principled man. Now, we know I would not want to dwell on who is supporting who among the Afenifere. Today, the leadership of Afenifere has gone back to Baba Fashoranti. And I will say officially, Afenifere is supporting the emergence of a Yoruba national as the leader in the forthcoming political dispensation.
Doctor,
yes,
for Yoruba to speak with one voice, how united is the Yoruba race in diaspora? I've spoken with some people in US. I'm speaking with you now. Is there any link? Do we have a forum where I'm saying this because I'm aware the role that Israel, the role the diasporans play in having Israel to be where they are today.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you are aware of such roles.
Yeah.
What role is the diasporans playing? One, to have a united Yoruba front.
Well, let me let me put it this way. Yoruba diasporas are just few years old outside the nation. We're not even up to. I mean, when we talk of Yoruba national, I mean, in its force, with capacity, we're not even up to 4 decades outside Nigeria. We are still very young, and we are still evolving. We are evolving, and we are training. I mean, we are training our children as well.
So what effort are you making to be sure that there is unity?
Yeah. We've got for conferences, we've conferred, we are conferring every day, and there's so many fora that we discuss these issues. Yeah, we of course we disagree, and we disagree to agree, and sometimes we agree to disagree. But
so there is nobody that can be said to be coordinating, as it were, UK end of Yoruba.
Yeah, we have leaders here. We do have leaders that we listen to. That if there's any emergency, they call for meetings. We have those who are leading us here, and that we listen to. And in the US as well. I was in the US for, I mean, that was was it last? No, the early this year, to see some leaders over there. We are conferring, and we are meeting. And I know at a point we are going to have a meeting point, and a great leader will emerge from the diaspora.
How are you linking up
in not a long time, in a very short time? Pardon?
How are you linking up with the people back home? Do you have a normal channel to say we are linking up with this way? I'm saying this because today you will see rally in Ibadan, tomorrow you will see in Ogbomoso, next day you are in Ishenyi and all those things. And
I think that's part of involvement. People are evolving, and with that, there will be a cohesion. There will be a way that people will come together and decide decide the way forward for the Yoruba nation, and within the Nigerian country, Nigerian cosmopolitan nation.
Let me say, Doctor, I'm grateful for your time. Okay. But in rounding up, what will be your advice, particularly to Yorubas, both at home and in diaspora? Particularly when it comes to looking out for our freedom.
My advice is that everyone should keep behind Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu right now. And because he's a great leader. He's the leader that God has presented to us now. There's no mistaking about it. There's no mistaking about it. You can't deny Bola Tinubu being Yoruba. He's passionate about Yoruba. So that's my major advice to everyone. Let's keep behind Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let's make this a success for him, make it a success for Yoruba nation, make it a success for Nigeria nation, and then we will see how we go from there.
Thank you, Dr. Olufemi. I appreciate your time with us on this edition of State of Our Nation. Thank you. Viewers at home, till next time when we meet, I remain Owolabi Oladejo. Thank you for your time.